各位观众，大家好。
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Ironclad Irrefutable Evidence Seminar Series. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this program. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and the entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support. In the last episode, we talked about how the number of liver transplants in mainland China had an explosive increase after 1999. One of the manifestations of the genocidal phenomena of live organ harvesting. In this episode, we will mainly talk about an unprecedented increase in the organ transplant institutions and their overseas sales. After the former Chinese Communist Party (CCP) head Jiang Zemin launched the persecution of Falun Gong in 1999, the number of organ transplants in China increased exponentially at the same time. A large number of organ transplant centers and tissue typing centers were rapidly established. The participating medical facilities are located in all provinces, central government-controlled municipalities, and autonomous regions in mainland China. Almost all organ transplant institutions of the military, armed police, and the organ transplant divisions of regional hospitals, medical centers, are suspected of being involved with live organ harvesting, including a considerable number of unqualified hospitals, such as small and medium-sized or specialized hospitals. It is similar to what happened when the CCP was implementing the one-child policy. Almost all hospitals could perform forced abortions back then. Today, all organ transplant institutions in China are involved in live organ harvesting for transplantation. 1. The number of hospitals that perform liver transplants has increased from a little over 20 to more than 500. As of April 2006, the number of hospitals capable of performing liver transplant surgeries in China had sharply increased to over 500 compared to just over 20 prior to 1999. This was an increase of more than 25-fold from 1999 to 2006. By contrast, in the United States, only about 100 hospitals are qualified to perform liver transplants, even though they have the world's most advanced organ transplant distribution system and technologies. 2. There were more than 1,000 organ transplant hospitals during the peak period of organ transplantation. In 2015, Ye Chifa, the executive chairman of China Organ Procurement Organization Alliance, said that after the introduction of the human organ transplant regulations in 2007, the number of medical institutions performing organ transplant operations in China had been reduced from more than 1,000 to just over 160. These hospitals mainly performed liver and kidney transplantation. As of July 10, 2016, WOIPFG, World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, estimated that there were 891 transplant hospitals and 9,519 organ transplant doctors suspected of participating in live organ harvesting. 3. Many unqualified hospitals rushed to perform organ transplant surgeries. After 1999, not only are all organ transplant institutions in mainland China suspected of participating in the crime of live organ harvesting, but a large number of hospitals not qualified to perform organ transplants have also rushed to start doing organ transplantation, such as some Chinese medicine hospitals, hospitals belonging to the judiciary system, medical legal hospitals, children's hospitals, county-level hospitals, specialty hospitals, and so on. For example, Gongyi City is a small county-level city in Henan Province. Surprisingly, a kidney transplant center was established in its Chinese medicine hospital in 2001, with the capacity of performing up to 8 kidney transplants per day. By 2006, Li Hongdao, the director of the Urological Surgery Department, had done more than 500 kidney transplants after a mere 5 years. 4. China organ surplus has caused an overseas sales and the emergence of international organ transplant tourism. In 2004, the CCP's state media outlet Sanlian Life Weekly reported that in just a few years, tens of thousands of overseas patients had come to China for organ transplants, setting off organ transplant tourism. This article described the thriving organ transplant tourism. In addition to Koreans, Tianjin First Central Hospital, aka the Orient Organ Transplant Center, also has patients from nearly 20 other countries and regions in Asia, including Japan, Malaysia, Egypt, Pakistan, India, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. Phoenix Weekly, part of the Phoenix News Media, also reported that tens of thousands of foreigners came to China for organ transplants. Mainland China had become an emerging center for organ transplants worldwide. 5. Falun Gong practitioners' organs were smuggled into Israel. In August 2007, the Israeli authorities arrested 4 human organ traffickers who confessed that the organs were from Chinese political prisoners, executed prisoners, and Falun Gong practitioners. This article was published in Yediot Ahronoth, the most influential newspaper in Israel. 6. A large number of organ transplant and tissue typing centers were rapidly established. After 1999, mainland China saw a rapid establishment of a great many organ transplant centers and tissue typing facilities. Many hospitals and medical departments, which were not qualified to perform organ transplants in the past, were quickly converted into organ transplant centers. The basic information of some of these newly established medical facilities are presented in the table below. Based on the above evidence, you can tell that after 1999, there has been an inconceivably explosive growth in the organ transplant industry in China. What happened in China? What organ sources and institutions supported the strange phenomenon of such an explosive growth? For more details, please watch our series episode 8, The Exposure of a Live Organ Harvesting Death Camp Detaining Falun Gong Practitioners at Sujiatun, Shenyang. In particular, please note that this is a worldwide unrestricted war without gunpowder. The CCP's crime of live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners not only continues, but has spread throughout society. For example, in 2013, a 6-year-old child, Little Binbin, in Shanxi, went missing. 2 days later, he was found with his eyes gouged out for his cornea. Dozens of university students in Wuhan disappeared for no reason in recent years, and countless children and women go missing every year. Live organ harvesting has become a threat to everyone. Perhaps, as we are talking, many kind and innocent people are being put onto operation tables for their organs, and also many have been detained in dark prisons for many years, and their hearts, livers, and kidneys are waiting to be excised in an indescribably cruel way at any moment. How urgently they need rescue from the outside world. How excruciating it is for their parents, brothers, and sisters to bear the pain of missing their loved ones for years. Live organ harvesting signifies an unprecedented atrocity that has never existed on this planet. We cannot heartlessly ignore the fact that the Chinese Communist Party is ravaging and killing people. We cannot watch the CCP flagrantly destroy the bottom line of morality with lies, coercion, and financial lures that aim to silence and lead the entire human race to fundamental destruction without taking action. We urge everyone to like, subscribe, and spread the word about our program. Let your family, relatives, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and anybody else in your social circle know the facts of the CCP's mass organ harvesting from living Falun Gong practitioners. Please tell the whole world the truth and stand together to put a stop to the CCP's crimes against humanity. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and our entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support.
感谢各位朋友，感谢大家的关注支持。
World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, WOIPFG, was founded on January 20th, 2003. It is based in New York with branches in Europe, Australia, Asia, and Canada. WOIPFG's mission is to investigate the criminal conduct of all institutions, organizations, and individuals involved in the persecution of Falun Gong. To bring such investigations, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far and deep we have to search, to full closure, to exercise fundamental principles of humanity, and to restore and uphold justice in society. The principle of our investigation holds that those who have committed crimes shall be brought to justice. Individuals shall bear the same responsibility for their involvement in their organization's crimes, and those instigating the persecution shall bear the same responsibility of those who have physically carried out the persecution. We intend to uproot state-sanctioned crimes and safeguard human morality. The criminal conduct of all individuals within organizations, units, and departments involved in the persecution will be thoroughly investigated and brought to justice.